You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Welcome back to the Cabral Concept. I'm Stephen Cabral, and today we're doing a Friday review. So some of the best of the week, as well as a lot of things I use in my own practice in Boston. So let's get it started. Today, our book review is on, it's called the Prakriti, and the Prakriti is actually, it's a term used in Ayurvedic medicine. And what there is basically is the Vikruti and the Prakriti. And the Prakriti is your genotype, basically your constitution. And this is what you're born with. So you have to keep in mind that you're born with a certain genetic genotype, right? And in Ayurveda, they knew this literally 10,000 years ago. And it was written in, passed first through oral tradition and then written down. And what we have here is body types. And again, we didn't even rediscover, because it was already discovered thousand years ago, we didn't rediscover body types until the 1900s as we started to look in somatotyping and the different psychology-based profiles of different types of builds. So the builds are the basis of body types. So this book, I'm going to put it down, is by Dr. Svoboda. Now, Robert Svoboda was actually a teacher to one of my own mentors. So my mentor was Dr. Pete, and so she learned directly from Dr. Svoboda. He is one of the first Americans to actually become an Ayurvedic doctor in India and bring it back to the United States. He's not the only one, but he was one of the first. Dr. David Frawley. There's a lot of great Ayurvedic doctors that are essentially American-born, went to India, started to bring it back. I've studied under Dr. Vasant Lad, really phenomenal base practitioners, and I've also gone to India myself multiple times. I've been to Sri Lanka to study Ayurvedic medicine in depth in the clinics, living alongside the patients to see if it truly worked and what worked the best. Ayurvedic medicine is what true medicine is all about. It's a complete system of medicine. It is the perfect adjunct for any natural health practitioner to get into who truly wants to understand where their patients or clients are coming from and how to best help them. If you do not understand body types and you do not understand the components of Ayurvedic medicine, you cannot truly help someone rebalance their body. That's just the bottom line. It's that powerful, and I completely believe that I would not be able to get clients the results today that I'm able to if I did not study what I have studied and worked under some just amazing doctors and mentors who taught me. Some of those, yes, came in India while I was there, but also great doctors in the United States as well. My passion for Ayurveda and my study will be a lifelong, really, education. You could not possibly get the in-depth knowledge of Ayurveda from even 5 years or so of studying Ayurveda. But this book right here gives the lay person, the everyday person, a really good guide on what exactly is Ayurvedic medicine. What is this about constitutional medicine? Am I a Vata body type? Am I a Pitta body type? Or am I a Kapha body type? And keep in mind that no one's typically strictly any one of those things, because each of those three are contained all in one person. However, someone could be 80% Vata, 10% Pitta, and 10% Kapha, and that means they're predominantly the Vata body type. And we know those are more the ectomorph body types. Now, it's challenging to diagnose yourself as a body type. It's always nice to have a friend do it and use the different charts and graphs. We do Ayurvedic massage in my practice, and we actually go through what's called a dosha guide. Now, dosha is just your constitution. That means your build, the Vata, the Pitta, the Kapha. And as you can see from this book, it's one that I read many years ago, and it was a great introduction to me on what the different body types really are all about. It's a starting point. By no means do I think you could possibly learn all of Ayurvedic medicine from a book this thin, but it's a phenomenal book and a great one to get you started. But also feel free to look into Margaret Peet to look into Dr. David Frowley, to look into Dr. Svoboda, to look into Dr. Vasant Lad. All excellent books on Ayurvedic medicine. And in general, just pick up one that relates, that you feel you relate to. It's amazing. I know that you'll love it if you start to look into it, even just looking at a few online articles as well. All right, I'll talk much more about Ayurvedic medicine in the future because I want you to know how it can help you in your own wellness, weight loss, and anti-aging. The second thing I want to review today, let's go over this. This is a product, I've actually mentioned it a bunch of times in other videos. And it's because it's a product that I feel really strongly about. One is because it's very inexpensive. And two, because I do so much genetic testing and so much genetic work with people that I know that most people cannot assimilate the B vitamins they're taking in. So if you're buying a regular B vitamin or even just folic acid, for at least 30% of the population, you're not going to be able to convert that folic acid to folate and then 5-methylfolate, which means not only is it kind of a waste of money, it can build up in your body and become toxic. So you use a product like this, which contains the 5-methylfolate, all of your B vitamins, and it also contains choline and as well as inositol as well. And these are nice cofactors to go along with your B vitamins. So is it super high potency in anything like B12 or any of those things? No, I would actually say it has a lot of folate, and it is great for those people who have either high homocysteine or maybe some methylfolate based issues within their genetic code. And you can simply test your genetics to find out. To me, if you're going to use a B complex, you might as well get the methylated version. This is by Integrative Therapeutics. It's called Integrative Therapeutics Active B Complex. There are a few other ones as well. Orthomolecular Medicine makes one, but this is a great one. I use this a lot in my practice. All right, so just to let you know too, I'm not going to go deep into it, but B Complex are basically the anti-stress vitamins. The anti-stress vitamins get used up in times of stress. So when you're stressed, when you're someone who's more prone to being stressed or having anxiety or being worried or any of those things, or even training a lot exercise-wise, you're going to go through your B vitamins faster. So why not supplement with a good quality B vitamin? All right, it just makes sense. Now the last one is a really nice aromatherapy spray we use in all of our massages. So if you've been to our Boston clinic, you know during our massage, not only do you just get a great massage, you use organic oils, we use the lavender spray aromatherapy, we use your choice of aromatherapy, and we also use hot stones, some really nice things during the massage. But this right here is our aromatherapy spray, and it's lavender based. Why lavender? Lavender has actually been shown, even in clinical scientific research, to calm the central nervous system and induce relaxation. So lavender, just to spray on your sheets and pillow 5 minutes or 10 minutes before you get into bed, is going to help you just from that olfactory nerve, basically that smell, that sense when you get into bed, to calm your whole nervous system down. You can spray it in your office, you can spray it anywhere where you need relaxation and calming. Just a really nice spray, and for under $10, this is a great brand because it's a pure brand, it's not a synthetic. They actually use the actual lavender oil right in this spray. And we'll link this up in the show notes as well under today's episode. But just really nice, and I want to let people know what we use in our practice. And this one is tested for purity. It's not used on animals. There are no PCBs, there's no parabens, there's no petroleum, and there are no synthetic ingredients. I think that's important as well. And this is a product that you can feel very comfortable with using with the whole family as well. We've even used this with our young daughters, and especially when they were infants, to spray in their room to help them to kind of relax and get calm and get into a deeper sleep. And as a parent, having your kids sleep is kind of a nice thing. So hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Let us know if you want us to review anything in the future, and I would be happy to do that. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back real soon with another Friday in Review.
I want to sincerely thank you for your support of this podcast. I couldn't do it without you, and I mean that. I truly do. I also want to make sure you knew that we now have multiple ways for you to find your answers to the most difficult health, wellness, weight loss, and anti-aging questions. You can find podcast-specific topics like thyroid, adrenal, hormones, sleep, digestion, Ayurveda, and many more at stevencabral.com/podcasts that will then link you to your favorite Apple, Spotify, and other podcast players. Plus, all new podcasts and weekly exclusive video content is being added to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Stephen Cabral. And that's Stephen with a PH. Head on over and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the exclusive content. Lastly, if you've ever found any of my podcasts or books to be helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a review on iTunes or your favorite media player for the podcast. Rating and subscribing to the YouTube and podcast allow me to reach more and more people and help spread my mission of healing throughout the world. Thank you again for being a part of this movement.